pull. I don't want it to be too long for each sign, but I'm still gonna pull 3 cards because I don't feel like I can have everything I need in just one card. We need clarification, right? Okay, for my Aries, what is the message this week? We have the Sun, very good. The Two of Coins, Lannisters always pays his debts. I don't know if you've noticed, you probably have, but those cards are, wait, and the Magician. Okay, those cards are Game of Thrones inspired because I'm a big nerd. And also because surprisingly, even though it's a Game of Thrones deck, there aren't any naked characters on those cards, which in my previous channels, and I said in plural because I have more than one, you can get shadow ban or flag because you have naked characters, and you have that a lot with the original, like my other decks like Tarot de Marseille or the Rider-Waite type of decks, and those have naked characters. Okay, and also because they look really cool, just to say. Okay, so let's clarify the Sun. Why do we have the Sun for my Aries? Why do we have the Sun for my Aries this week? Why do we have the Sun? You know what? I'm going to do that so you can see them well. We have a 3 of Cups. Okay, maybe with the Sun, definitely we are in the season. It's Leo season. It's, what did I want to say? Yes, it's Leo season. There is a sense of happiness, but also of summer, entering the good time. With the 3 of Cups, a lot of socialization. So maybe you could be in this energy this week. Maybe someone is going in vacation. Someone is seeing some loved ones, some friends. That makes you very happy. What else do we have? 5 of Cups. Maybe you needed that. You needed to, I feel like someone is going through something, or has been through some things lately that put them in a 5 of Cups energy, like sorrow. Despair is strong, but I feel like maybe a breakup, maybe having to move away, maybe having to leave a job. There's a strong feeling of you being unhappy for some reason. And this period, this summertime, the sun, the gathering, the friendship that it brings along, it's something that you needed at this time, and that is helping you. The Empress at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it might have been a breakup of some sort, or some disappointment regarding an Empress. All that to say, you needed this, to be in this 3 of Cup energy, because you maybe not currently, but you previously were in a 5 of Cups energy. What else for the Sun? What else for the Sun for my Aries? What else for the Sun for my Aries? We have the 5 of Pentacles. Someone left you out in the cold. Not just the cold as ghosting you or being distant with you, not communicating with you, but someone may have left you in a situation that brought you financial distress. Like the 5 of Pentacles here, it's a shipwreck. So it could be a relationship. Again, take it as it resonates. Always take things as they resonate. Leave the rest for someone else to appreciate. But a shipwreck or a relationship that you invested in that wasn't successful, it could be love relationship, friend relationship, family relationship, work relationship, whatever that is. It left you unhappy for quite some time, but now you're very much in a 3 of Cups celebratory type of mood, and you're gonna be like that this week. But I feel like it comes from a desire to forget whatever, that shipwreck, that 5 of Cups, like 2 5s. There was a commitment of some sort that was broken. The 5 is the Hierophant. It represents God and long commitments. And the way it appears here, I feel like some commitment was broken. It could be like a work contract that's ended. You could have been fired, let go of your job. You could have been dumped. You could have eviction notice. There's something that is that has left you in the cold, and good friendship, good socialization is making you live some brighter days. So we have the Two of Coins. Lannisters always pays his debts. I love this deck. I'm sorry. I'm just gushing over it. Why the Two of Coins? Why the Two of Coins for my Aries? Ooh, too many. The Towers, the Queen of Swords, and Death. Yeah. I'm not going to say what those three cards are trying to say to me, but I feel like someone tried to come. Oh my God, someone tried to come for your coins. Okay, why the Two of Coins, please? Why the Two of Coins for my Aries? We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, Four of Cups and King of Cups. I'm not going to take them, but they say a lot. A oneness card for my Aries. Why the Two of Coins in your situation this week? The King of Cups wanted to fall again. Oneness card, please. Oh, they have a lot to say. The Queen of Swords and the Tower again. Okay, I'm gonna try one last time. If I have two cards falling, I'm letting them. Okay, thank you. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, guys, I definitely feel like there might have been some type of breakup, maybe a divorce, because like I said, I had the Queen of Swords and the Tower. There is a sense of someone who, maybe because they were disappointed, maybe because they had a broken heart. I might be talking to masculine Aries. There's that sentence that comes to mind: hell knows no fury like a woman that has been scorched. So maybe someone has been cheated on, or there was some disappointment that led to a divorce, and someone got shaken up. These Two of Coins speak of having to balance things out, but also having to rebuild some sort with this Ten of Pentacles, some sort of stability, some sort of coins. Previously, we had a Five of Pentacles. So I feel like you're rebuilding all that you had built before. Maybe you had, I'm not going to say an empire, but you had reached some level of stability that whatever the situation was has shaken. I'm not going to say destroy, because you're with the Ace of Wands, like it's also you. It's strong fire sign Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. But there is a sense of, because you are this cardinal sign of fire, you're able to start over again and again and again, and you're able to rebuild. You have the skills, you have the will, most of all. And because of that, even though you do have to rebuild something, you kind of know that you're going to do it. You just kind of bummed that you have to in the first place. You would have rather help your empire to grow and to prosper than to have to build it again. So in that way, you're very, I feel like someone's annoyed. With this Page of Pentacles, you definitely are focused on your investment, but you're annoyed that you have to start over. And again, with this, Lannister always pays his debts. I feel like there's some sort of work ethic that you have that forces you to be like, I cannot be down. Like, I cannot, I always have to pay my debt. I always have to be in some sort of balance, in some sort of success. I cannot be a failure. I don't know why I want to say that, but I feel like it's strong with some of you guys. No matter what life throws at you, because you know that in a way you're a Lannister and you always pay your debt, and you always find yourself in a position to be able to pay your debt. no matter what life throws at you, you're gonna overcome it. And you're in that energy of overcoming a battle, a difficulty, a setback of some sort. And finally, we have the Magician, little finger. I don't know if you can see the cards well. I don't know if I'm really satisfied with this setting because you can see the ring light, but yeah, sorry. So we have the Magician. Can we clarify the Magician for my Aries this week? Why the Magician? The Queen of Wands, which is you, Aries. The Queen of Wands represents the sign of Aries. So definitely, you know you're in control. You know you're very, I can speak to someone that's very charismatic, very confident, because like there's a difference in being confident and being arrogant. I feel like confident people, it can be seen as arrogance because we live in a time where, well, we always have, but where people are like, we want people to be humble, which is also important, but we are so focused on people being humble that sometimes just being confident can be seen as arrogant, even though if you have the skills, I mean, if you're that man or if you're that woman, well, be confident because you are. Not everybody is. It's a reality. So if not everybody is, you can, pat yourself on the back if you know you're that person, you're that guy, you're that girl, and you should be proud of that. And Aries, they tend to have that. And with the Magician, by the way, we have strong Virgo energy, and we had Leo with the Sun. So maybe those signs are significant for you. What else do we have? What else do we have? Too many cards, but we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. I feel like this situation has made you, the one you were previously on, has made you lose a bit of that confidence. And now with the Magician and the Queen of Wands, you're back in business. You're back in your own energy. It's not like you found confidence. You're back in the understanding and knowledge that you always had it. It's just that whatever you've been through kind of disturbed it, but it is within you. What else would we have for my Aries? This is quite long for one sign, but okay. Queen of Pentacles and King of Swords again. You know what? I'm gonna leave them there because they fell twice, both of these cards. Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords. Interesting. To clarify the Magician, that is interesting. You might have also two queens. I do feel like the Queen of Wands is you because it's the sign of Aries, but it could also be someone in your life that represent, I want to say, beauty, confidence, some magnetism, attraction. And the Queen of Pentacles, she's a lot more grounded. She's the mother figure. She's the nurturer, but in a different way than the Queen of Cups, the Cancerian, would be. She's the Capricorn. She is the work ethic. She is the discipline. She's very meticulous. She's the one you can count on no matter what the issue is. And then we have the King of Swords, Aquarius energy. It can also be a very harsh, cold king. I want to say harsh with his words, harsh with his communication. Not saying that he's mean, because all that he says tends to be the truth. He's the bringer of truth. The King of Swords is the bringer of truth. It's just that this truth tends to be very... it's not mean if it's the truth, but yeah, it's not sugar-coated either. It's definitely not sugar-coated. It's very blunt, very direct, can be very incisive. Yeah, that might be your energy, actually. You might be all of those queens. You might have went back to being the Queen of Wands, being very confident, very sure of yourself, but at the same time, the Queen of Pentacles, very disciplined, very meticulous, very focused, very driven, and the King of Swords. No bullshit, no cuddling people's feelings. Just bringing the truth, and you do with it whatever you want, but I'm bringing you the truth. And you're this magician being clarified by those three cards is the energy you are right now. Like, you're very much in control because you are this tree energy. Okay, Aries, I'm not gonna say it's not scary, but it is interesting because I feel like a lot of control, a lot of coldness, and a sense of getting some kind of revenge. It could be on life, it could be on a specific situation, but yeah, you're out for blood this week. I don't know why I feel this way, but I do. Well, I guess sometimes we need to be out for blood. Life can bring a situation where it's definitely needed. Okay, I'm gonna finish with an oracle. Those are definitely too long for a 12 sign. I just did one sign and it's like 16 minutes. Okay, my God. What is the guidance this week for my Aries? Spirit, what is the guidance this week for my Aries? Why 2 cards? Relationship and new partner. Ooh. Ooh. It's usually meant to be 1 card, but seriously. Okay, relationship. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, a balanced relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving Creator as you feel safe and loved within. So shall your other relationship bloom and prosper. A new partner. A chance meeting is no mistake. It is divinely orchestrated as a catalyst to set the wheels in motion for the fruition of your prayers. Pay careful attention to new people we send into your life. You will recognize them by your sense of familiarity, comfort, and safety. Okay, Aries, I feel like that's definitely a strong advice from you guys to remember what relationship are important in your life. The one you have with yourself and God, if you believe in God, or whatever name you could give to your belief in a higher power. If you do believe in a higher power, I feel like if you're here, you must take the time to heal. That is very important in this message, and I feel like it was previously in the cards that I pulled, because there is a strong sense of, I'm not going to say bitterness, but you're definitely in an energy of, yeah, wanting revenge on life. And again, it's a good thing because it's going to help you reach your goals, but don't forget to set goals that are also, that come also from love and patience and empathy. This is important. I feel like I have to tell you that, Aries, because someone is very cold lately. And with new partner, give people a chance. You know, you might have someone in your life that's going to come and that's going to be a surprise for you. Again, it doesn't have to be love. It could be a friend. It could be a new job. It could be whatever. But there is definitely a new person arriving. And give them a chance. I feel like that's also important to say. You might not give people any chance at the moment, and you should. And that's it for me, Aries. I think I'm not gonna do a video of all signs. I'm just gonna record as much as I can because I've done 20 minutes. And if I do for each sign, this is gonna be 4 hours. So no. Thank you, Aries. I'm gonna follow through with other signs, and maybe I see you again in my readings. Again, I've said again like 15 times in the last 2 minutes. Again. Watch your sun, moon, rising, north node, Venus, and obviously like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you maybe some other day, Aries. Have a good evening, morning, whatever. Love.